Let us be silent and settle in as Frank plays the Prelude, which today is the Melody of the Night, number 5 by Shi Jin. Tēnā koutou tu whānau o Unitarians o tāmaki makara. Tēnā koutou no manuhiri, no mai hari mai ki tēnei whare karakia. Ko Shireen Caldwell, toko inoa, ko London, England, Marlborough, New Zealand, aho. Ko Wairauti Awa, ko Mount Stokes, Endeavour Inlet, Marlborough, Monga. Ki tāmaki makara, o ha I noho ana. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Welcome all, church, whānau and visitors. As just stated in our introduction in Māori, no mai haere mai ki tēnei whare karakia, which translates as welcome to this place of worship, virtual and physical, made sacred by our coming together today and by gatherings of Unitarians since December the 4th, 1901, 124 years ago. Welcome to those joining us remotely, to those here in the building, and to those who will watch at a later time. If you are a visitor here for the first time, thank you for choosing to be here with us. If you are a member of regular attendance, thank you for returning to join us together in our free and responsible search for truth and meaning. For those in the church, let us join together for morning tea. It is our sacrament of hospitality. It won't be complete without you. If you are a visitor this morning, you are thrice welcome. Come, let us worship together. The opening words are a quote from the UUA, which highlights the core values which unite we Unitarian Universalists. Our shared covenant is expressed through the inseparable and deeply interdependent shared values of interdependence, pluralism, justice, transformation, generosity, and equity, all centered around love. Please stand if you're able, and let us sing together our opening hymn, number 123, Spirit of Life. Could I please ask you to come and light the chalice? Thank you, Maria. Our chalice lighting is titled Different but United. We come from many places, along different paths, bringing different truths. We come with different histories and different realities. And yet we come together as one people, with faith that we can use our differences to heal ourselves and each other, to bring wholeness to a fractured world. We come seeking to find community, to find acceptance of who we are. In this place, we may find others who are much like us, and others who are much different. May our lit chalice remind us that we are a people taught by different stories, with many voices, but always one people working for a world where love creates justice, and justice gives birth to peace. Please recite with me the covenant which David will now put up on the screen. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony. Thus will they covenant with each other. Our reading this morning is a poem by Charles Benefield, who was a senior pastor at Flat Rock Community Church in Lithonia, Georgia, USA. It's called I Am Diversity. Please include me. I am present in every place you go. Depending on your lens, I am friend or foe. I am a force to be reckoned with. Like the winds of change, I move. I'm swift. I'm present. When two or more are together, if embraced, I can make the good even better. I'm not limited to age, gender, or race. I'm invisible at times, and yet all over the place. Don't exclude me due to a lack of knowledge. Welcome me like the recruit fresh out of college. Let me take my seat at the table. Even though I may be differently able, My experience, my passion, the authentic me can help add value to your company. Learn about me, improve my underrepresentation, and I can provide a competitive edge to your entire nation. I exclude no one. I am strengthened by all. My name is diversity. And yes, I stand tall. Recognize me and keep me in the mix. Together, there is no problem that we cannot fix. I am your best hope towards true inspiration. Your lives and companies will continue to change. Thus, the need for diversity and inclusion will also remain. Do all that you can to truly embrace me and experience life's fullness totally. I'm the thought lurking behind the unfamiliar face. I'm the ingenuity that helps your team win the race. I'm the solution that came from the odd question that was asked. I stand out in the crowd when I, diversity, am allowed to be unmasked. I'm diversity, embrace me, and we'll journey far. I'm diversity, include me, and we will reach the shining star. Coupled with inclusion, our light burn longer. Together we are smarter, better, and stronger. I am diversity. Yes, that's me. I invite you now to take a moment to close your eyes, breathe and reflect on Charles Benefield's poem. We now have our Koha Hymn, Please stand if you're able to sing together number 34, May I Speak with Bravest Fire, Though I May Speak with Bravest Fire. And David will put the words up on the screen. We welcome Rachel to the pulpit, who will give us her musings, as Clay used to call them. Her talk is entitled, That All Souls Shall Grow in Harmony, an exploration of justice and inclusion.
That all souls shall grow in harmony. In this place, in this community, we covenant to serve humankind in fellowship, that all souls shall grow in harmony. We face challenges in this endeavour, though we repeat the statement every week. Certainly, we believe that all souls should grow in harmony. You may know this story of former Auckland Councillor, the late Efeso Collins. This story takes place at the swearing-in when he was first elected to Auckland Council in 2016. I've never been to a swearing-in ceremony, but I can imagine a solemn and reverent event. The mayor in robes and chain, the council members dressed in their best, taking on the awesome responsibility of serving their city, with their intentions fresh, intentions of doing their best to make this place somewhere we can all live well. The town hall cleaned and polished to its finest, perhaps some organ music, dignitaries present, VIPs in the audience, there to lend weight to the moment and to pay respect to our elected leaders. Ceremonial occasion. In 2016, when Efeso Collins was being sworn in, a council usher refused to believe that his wife, children and elders were entitled to sit in the VIP area. Efeso had to persuade the usher to let them take their seats. He was appalled and embarrassed. His family was humiliated. It was 2016, for goodness sake. Weren't we beyond that kind of racism? How do we respond to this story? We clutch our pearls and we are horrified. that usher could not conceive that a Pacifica family belonged in our system of government in roles other than rubbish collectors or cleaners, could not believe that they could be VIPs. Efeso was appalled and embarrassed, and we are horrified. This is not a story of all souls growing in harmony. We feel that uncomfortable clang of discord in our souls. Let's dig a little deeper underneath our horror at this story. Are we so different from that usher? Is our horror partly because we wonder if that usher could easily have been us? A few years before that swearing in, I was at Animates with my family buying a puppy. As you may know, if you're a pets kind of person, mostly Animates sells cat and dog toys, leads, pet food, treats, blankets, bowls, that kind of thing. And then fish, rabbits, and maybe guinea pigs. So if a customer is looking to actually buy a puppy, that's a significant purchase. You probably don't even think about it, but you want to be dealing with the senior staff member who will have the best ability to answer your questions. So, in a nanosecond, I scanned the staff and then approached the middle-aged man and asked for his help. It was my unconscious expectation that he was the duty manager. He was very happy to oblige and helped with getting the puppy out from behind its glass, etc., etc. But when we got to the counter, he had to defer to a young woman staff member to get information about the breeder, vaccinations, etc. I was horrified at myself. I don't know whether the young woman was actually senior to the man in the hierarchy of the staff, but she was clearly the more knowledgeable. I was able to see it when it smacked me in the face, but I hadn't been expecting it. My son-in-law is in his early 30s and is a recently qualified nurse. At the hospital where he works, all the medical staff wear the same coloured scrubs. He is constantly addressed as doctor. How often do you have experiences like this? How often do you ask, usually in relation to a doctor or a lawyer, maybe an accountant, and what did he say? And then have to say sorry when your interlocutor says, actually, she. How often do you see it when it smacks you in the face and realise that you weren't expecting it? This is not the sound of all souls growing in harmony. This doesn't make us bad people. We expect what we have seen, and as such, we are part of perpetuating it. To the extent that we are comfortable ourselves, we feel that our comfort is right. We might even think we somehow deserve it. We've probably worked hard. In which case, because we believe we deserve what we have, we must believe that there is justice in the world, at least where we are concerned. It's not much of a stretch to imagine that that justice is spread beyond us, that even if we work to improve society and create greater justice for the unfortunate, there are nevertheless some people, us, our families, our friends, people like us, who live in a part of society that is working, where souls are growing in harmony. This feels right, and it is what we expect. It is what we have seen. And why is this what we have seen? Why do we feel that this is right? Because of a history of might is right. That is not to say that we use violence ourselves, and yet it is what we have seen because in Western culture we have had 6,000 years of patriarchy, and for 4,000 years of that patriarchy codified in Abrahamic religion, with men atop the hierarchy. It is what we have seen because in a globalised world we have had 500 plus years of colonisation, and because the dominant Christian strand of Abrahamic religion blessed colonisation with the doctrine of discovery, with papal bulls granting Christian colonisers the moral and legal right to subjugate and dispossess the people they encountered in the New World because they considered those people inferior. But then they did have to enforce the doctrine with war, violent dispossession, and in many cases genocide, bringing the doctrine into early doubt if you thought about it too much, but no problem, might is right. It is what we have seen because capitalism took the hierarchies of patriarchy and colonisation and used and entrenched them, distorting efforts at egalitarian democracy to recreate increasing wealth inequality. It is what we have seen because neoliberal capitalism is accelerating the inequality, as the Rich List reporting this year shows us, with 119 Kiwi individuals and families having a total wealth of $102.1 billion, up from $95.55 billion in just 1 year. It is what we have seen because, as Lupe Matasila Melane Anai said to us last week, the 3 C's of Christianity, colonisation and capitalism have got in the way of all souls growing in harmony. The 3 C's have taught us to believe in exceptionalism and to mistake success for merit. The 3 C's have taught us to believe that we merit the personal success that we enjoy. We look around and we see other successful people. We may admire some of them. The Obamas have been pretty successful. Seems all right. And yet Michelle Obama reports on her mother's philosophy. Quote, "She likes to say that while she loves us dearly, my brother and I are not special either. We are just 2 kids who had enough love and a good amount of luck and happened to do well as a result. She tries to remind people that neighbourhoods like the south side of Chicago are packed full of little Michelles and little Craigs. They're in every school, on every block. It's just that too many of them get overlooked and underestimated." And so now we see Pasifika people and do not expect them to be in the VIP seats. This doesn't make us bad people. We expect what we have seen. And yet we here are a thoughtful community. We strive for justice. We recognise that Pākehā enjoy privilege and that our society would be better if we had gender and ethnic pay equity, if we had leadership in all institutions that reflected the demographics of the communities that those institutions serve. It is likely that most of us see the value in employers having diversity, equity and inclusion policies when hiring in order to improve the diversity in their workplaces. We probably also believe that people should have positions and responsibilities based on merit, that a person should have the required skills and attributes to fulfil whatever role they are in. We might feel that there's a contradiction there. We might feel a discomfort because of what we have seen. We might feel that it is unfair that a Pākehā man has been able to develop the skills and attributes for a role because of his privilege, that it is unfair that a Māori woman has been unable to develop the skills and attributes because of the dispossession and racism of colonisation. And yet, we might say, isn't it also unfair if the man doesn't get the job? For example, we might have seen Tory Whanau, Mayor of Wellington, and feel that, unfair media depictions notwithstanding, she did not have the ability to establish public confidence in her leadership, and feel that Andrew Little is a much better prospect. This doesn't make us bad people. It probably makes us uncomfortable, because we also probably want to feel that the comfort we enjoy is something we deserve, that we have the positions we have because of our own merit, that exceptional people should succeed. So let's see if we can reconcile this apparent contradiction. Diversity, equity and inclusion, DEI, policies actively support people from marginalised communities to succeed, including through affirmative action, appointing a minority candidate, all things being equal, flexible work arrangements so people with caring responsibilities can participate more easily, training to increase people's skills, and in more sophisticated cases, seeing the merit in skills and qualities that have erstwhile been overlooked, such as emotional intelligence, expertise interior, etc. Diversity and inclusion policies take the view that Michelle Obama's mother had, that people who could succeed are in every school, on every block. It's just that too many of them get overlooked and underestimated. This is why we need diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. Such policies are loudly under threat in America. There, a growing number of companies are either pulling back from, watering down, or removing their policies and commitments to diversity, equity, and inclusion. The move follows a July 2023 decision by the US Supreme Court that outlawed affirmative action in university admissions, and the return in January 2025 of Donald Trump to the White House. Diversity and inclusion policies are also under threat here. Yes, we thought we were safe. From the New Zealand Herald on the 7th of March this year, Winston Peters and New Zealand First are hoping to follow the anti-DEI path being laid by Donald Trump in the United States, proposing new legislation today to rid diversity, equity, and inclusion regulation from the public service. Senior National MP Chris Bishop said his party would consider the bill if it were pulled from Parliament's ballot and put up for debate, saying that, overall, it believed in meritocracy and quality over identity politics. However, he also said that National wanted a public service that is reflective of modern New Zealand. And so we have something to defend and something to fight for. Imagine the merit we could enjoy if all souls could truly grow in harmony. Imagine a world where we value all work, we value everyone's contributions, and our government and employment institutions reflect the communities they serve. And finally, my question to those in power, and Trump is just the most caricatured example. You want appointments based on merit? After 6,000 years of patriarchy, 500 years of colonisation, and 300 years of capitalism, now, suddenly, you want to change to appointments based on merit? Really? Have you thought this through? Amen.
Thank you, Rachel. Amen to that. Maria, would you please come and extinguish the chalice for us? And would you please join me in the closing words? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Our closing words are by Cheryl Block from the UUA. As we go forward into this frightening, exhilarating, confusing, and miraculous world, may we offer our comfort to the afflicted, our love to those who are lonely, and our wish for all to be safe. Now Frank will play the Postlude, which is Lost in Harmony Among People by Falcon. Thank you, Frank. That was lovely. Now we come to our discussion time. Our discussion question will now go up on the slide. So we're going to spend a bit of time in breakout groups to discuss the theme of today's service. Here's the question to get you started. How will you support diversity, equity, and inclusion, that all souls shall grow in harmony?